Good evening and welcome to the Andover Ice Arena. This is a QCTV sports presentation. Tonight, the number 8 ranked team in the state, the Elk River Elks, travel to Andover to take on the Huskies. I'm Joe Rulin. Pleasure of being joined by Steve Thompson. And Steve, an interesting matchup. You have Elk River heading in the direction, a lot of competition, getting ready for sectionals, and now the Huskies, who have lost about their last 8, trying to get ready for sectionals.
Yeah, no doubt for Andover, they're trying to right their ship. It's been a tough go of it. They've dropped 8 in a row, 7 straight games in the conference, 0-7 in the North Suburban North, and they've got some key guys out of the lineup as well. So with Elk River in town tonight, a big challenge for Andover.
Well, and Gordy Roberts, longtime North Star and NHL excellent player, the head coach of Elk River in his 4th season. Had a chance to talk to him a little bit, but he's excited about the potential that they have and the momentum this team has. 11 wins, 5 losses. The 5 losses have come to Edina, Eden Prairie, Blaine twice, and just some very difficult teams, all in the top 10. Meanwhile, the Huskies trying to regather their momentum and as they start ready for sectionals.
Yeah, and for Andover, it's been a struggle to score goals this year. In general, they've played well, but when you can't put the puck in the net, it's a big challenge. And when you look at maybe the comparisons to the Minnesota Wild as of late, they've played a good team game, but they haven't been able to score, and as a result, they're skidding. And I think if Andover can get a little scoring punch back, they'll be okay. But with Elk River tonight, it'll be a big, big challenge. They have so much skill and so much talent that they put pressure on you for the entire night, 17 minutes a period.
Absolutely. Had a chance to speak with the head coach of the Huskies, Coach Manny, but just a minutes ago. Joe Rulin, QCTV, with the head coach of the boys Huskies, Mark Manny. And Coach, not the season you want thus far, but you try to get things ready for sectionals.
Yeah, we got off to a pretty good start, but we had a 15-day break at Christmas and came back out of that, and we just haven't been the same team since. And now we're like a lot of teams. We're fighting the injury bug and the flu bug, and we got a lot of guys sick. So while the middle part of the season hasn't gone as well as we hoped, we're looking for a strong finish.
Well, you certainly strengthen your team and the agility as well, especially in this tough Northwest Suburban Conference.
Yeah, it's every night's a battle, and there's no easy games, and you can't look past anybody. And when you have a schedule like that, you get her going bad. It's hard to get out of it sometimes.
Tonight you have Elk River. What do you expect from Gordy Roberts' team? And I know they're a high-performing, but strategy and an approach.
Well, they're a high-skill team. They love to get up and down the ice. They move the puck well. They're unselfish, and they got a couple of high-end guys. So our hands are going to be full. We're going to have to stay in the inside defensively in our zone. We're going to have to create turnovers and get going the other way, and then get the puck behind their D and work. So our hands are going to be full tonight.
I know you're missing 2-year players tonight already, 2 seniors. Meanwhile, in terms of player development this year, any big surprises?
Well, I think Charlie Shane, the freshman's been a pleasant surprise. He's playing big minutes for us. He's our leading scorer. I think Sam Seymour on the back end also. And we've gotten strong goaltending at times from Blake Johnson and Jake Rickey. So there's been some positives to take out of the season so far. And you know what? It's not a one and done in the middle of the season. It's not who's playing better now. It's who's playing better at the end of February. So we're building towards that, and we'll see how it goes.
Coach, good luck tonight, and good luck through sectionals.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Joe Rulin. And there you got the word ready to go from Coach Manny. It is all about getting them focused, and it's not so much about looking perfect, but making progress here in the next few games. Meanwhile, you get a look at the head-to-head matchup there, Steve, and a pretty escaping gap in terms of a comparison.
Yeah, one of the things we touched on earlier, Joe, was goals. Elk River 64 goals already, Andover just 34 goals. In the save percentage, Elk River getting good goaltending, Andover struggling a little bit in that category. Anytime you have a save percentage over 90%, you're in pretty good shape. So Andover is going to need to play almost a perfect game tonight to beat the Elks. Let's see if they can do it.
Well, and in goal tonight for Elk River will be Duncan Wiest. To get a quick look at the starters for the Huskies, also Ladine, the center and the captain. Shane, the freshman, someone we'll keep an eye on as well. Jensen as a right wing, then Connor Dahl on defense along with Nowacki, followed by Blake Johnson in goal. Again, it's going to be Duncan Wiest getting the start for Elk River. Purvix, Michaelis along with Schwab, and meanwhile it's Moss and Grenick on defense for the number 8 team in the state, Elk River. They are underway, moving in the red right to left, and there's start there from Schwab. Can't connect on the pass, just trying to get it across the blue line, and the Huskies now take possession. Nowacki starts it out of his zone, cannot connect. That's deflected into the Huskies bench. We're just underway, no score. Joe Rulon being joined by Steve Thompson, and Steve, immediate flow going on this game.
Yeah, Mark Manning said it in your interview a moment ago. Keep the puck to the outside, give the goaltender a chance, help him out. And in the spot there, you see the goaltender make the quick stop, take the face off, and try and clear the zone. You don't want to get Elk River in a flow in their offensive zone.
Good point. In fact, that line will start off. It's Max Michaelis, and Michaelis has a team leading 29 points, 16 goals, 13 assists, number 27. Some interesting story on the Perbix brothers when we get a break as well, because the freshman Jake is also on this line. Elk River unable to come out clean. Gets just beyond the blue line, and Nowacki sends it deep for the Huskies. Fanning on a long lead pass for Elk River. That'll allow the Huskies to pick it up and move it in. Johnson there. Now he goes out in front of the net trying to find the loose puck. As you mentioned, they going to try to keep it outside as much as they can. Thus far successful. Huskies try to skate free of the zone, unable to do so. The Elks take control there, sending it in deep and behind the net. There's Elk River now at half board. He'll tangle to get it free. In front, a shot there just wide of the mark. Just missed on that Whistler. Now in the far corner, Elk River still maintains possession. Good pressure here by the Elks. The Elks coming off a 4-2 loss to Blaine. It was their last game. One that's a wrister sent to the corner, directed. This will be an icing call on the Huskies. And the faceoff will come back to the left of Johnson in the Andover zone.
And I don't mind that play, because in high school hockey you get a change. In the pro game you don't. If you feel the heat, dump it down. I think Andover's strategy, if you can get it to center ice, dump it in. Make Elk River go the length of the ice. You want to make them skate and work as hard as possible for every opportunity.
Taking the draw for Elk River was Hunter Weschlow, and the Huskies will control. Here they come. You mentioned they have 2 of their stars out of the lineup tonight, Bannock and Satars. They're also 2 of the more physical players. We'll see how the Huskies can counter with that. Out for the Huskies is Zerbin, their number 2 scorer. Huskies will try to skate out. They cannot, but they do nonetheless get it to neutral ice. Inside the red line, they'll whistle it along the board. Johnson stops the puck there for the Huskies, trying to come back, pick it up, and a goal! Redirected out in front, get it out there, and finally it's Elk River. Goes up top, that's Tommy Labs with the goal for Elk River.
And that just goes to show, Joe, how quick Elk River can strike. In that 7-1 win back on January 5th between these 2 teams, Elk River can score so quickly. You give them any sort of opening, especially in front of the net like that, they're gonna make it pay.
I'm looking forward to the replay on that. That's the 2nd goal of the year. As you can see, just get it out in front. He put it off the pads of Johnson. Doesn't have to be ideal, but just get it out in front with the traffic and Labs with his 2nd goal of the season. Unassisted goal, and Elk River up 1-0. As we'd mentioned, their 5 losses have come against some pretty impressive teams, Steve. Edina, Eden Prairie, a couple to Blaine, and then Benilde St. Margaret, who is currently ranked number 1 in the state. Huskies come out, 4-on-2 opportunity. Let's see if they can feed. They do. Just couldn't quite. That was Ledeen trying to get a stick. Ledeen centers the line with the freshman Shane. He's had an impressive year here for the Huskies. To center ice. Sears has it there. He picks it up. Now drops it to Shane. Shane stops, hits, backhand, shot, and a save. Wiest makes a beautiful save. A nice backhand attempt that time by Owen Jensen. and it's still a 1-0 lead for Elk River.
Gordy Roberts isn't going to be pleased by that. Jensen walked right down between the circles and got a good look. Nice save, but that's the kind of opportunity Andover needs. They're down 1. By the way, Labs, the unassisted goal at 2:45 for the Elks.
You saw some of the stats on Wiest. Comes in with a goals against average of 1.53, a backup. So he's been a stingy defense this year with Elk River, but he's getting his start. Off the board, the Huskies try to control, knocked off the puck, and the Elks bring it back the other way. At least momentarily, they cannot control. It's Martell circling back into the Husky zone. They'll try to work it out, picked up by Elk River. A bouncing puck now controlled again by Martell. Send it off the boards, and he'll give chase. First one there. He'll circle in the far corner, trying to find a teammate to drop it back in the corner. Has it pickpocket there, and now Elk River starts out. Poke checked away, and they're sent back to neutral ice. Deflected high in the air across the blue line and gloved out, forcing Elk River to send it back in just outside the blue line. That's Gakey. Logan Gakey sending it in for Elk River. He has it once again. A couple of good touch passes, cross rink, couldn't quite connect that time. And a long lead pass that time to Millis. Elk River takes another shot. That's covered up by Johnson. A quick wrister there by Weschlow. Didn't get exactly what he wanted, but Johnson made the save.
Andover did a good job putting a little heat on the Elks, but Elk River was able to counterpunch and get some good scoring chances. And the goaltender, Blake Johnson, up to the task.
Huskies trying to clear, cannot, held in all alone, right on the doorstep and turned away. He missed everything. He'd like to have that back. It's a nice setup that time by Moss.
That was Labs. He already has a goal tonight.
The freshman Shane comes in, has it poke checked off his stick, an odd man rush here now for Elk River. In the corner, now out to the far point, held in at the blue line. Backhand in deep. Not for long, as now the Huskies skate free. That's Shane. Heads it up ahead. The Huskies will give chase behind the net. Elk River gets there first. Now will break out of the zone. Good play by Sears. That time the senior poke check it off, and the Huskies send it in again. 11 minutes to go. Period number 1. Elk River with a 1-0 lead. Splitting the defense, and in comes Elk River, but they're whistled for the offside. Michael Ace had a full head of steam on that one. You get a look at Blake Johnson, a senior. He's been out with the flu for a while, but he's back in tonight. Seeing some numbers on him and trying to get, it's always, you know, Steve, as you get ready for sectionals and playoffs, it's the strength between the pipes, right? That seems like it sets a tone.
Goaltending can take you a long way.
Huskies will try to come clear. They connect. Now up ahead, there's Sears with the chance. Has it deflected into the netting, and the faceoff will take place. A chance there for the Huskies. Good defensive play to deflect that.
1-0 Elks, 5-2 in the shots category, but I like what Andover's done so far. They've been good when they've had opportunities in the Elk River zone. Their forecheck's been good. They've forced Elk River into some mistakes so far.
Behind the play here, it's the Huskies held in at the near blue line. Loose puck in front, trying to take a trigger shot. Waffle save there by Wiest. Taking an attempt was Tyler Hughes. They continue to try to get control. Puck between the stakes, now goes to the far corner. Elk River tries to clear out, but it hits a player on the bench. Faceoff will come back inside the blue line for the Huskies.
Oh, it was almost a 1-1 hockey game. Wiest got his shoulder on that one, and maybe just the jersey saved that puck from going in the net. Good pressure by Andover.
You bet. Huskies win the draw. Hemp giving chase, now back, and now it's the Elks. Nice place by, there the disruptive pass by Morrison Hemp. They get it deep. Finally to the blue line, held in there by Elk River. Big check, and the Huskies carried it out. Nice play again, nice rush, and nice shift by Hemp that time for Andover. A pesky shift. In comes Elk River inside the blue line. Dipsy-Doo now to the outside, keeping him to that outside. Now comes out in front. A hard wrister that just goes behind the net. Nice setup by Elk River. Couldn't quite put it away that time on defense. It was Moss. Back again behind the goal. Huskies now skate. They come out. Here's a chance now. Full head of steam is Owen Jensen. Over to Ledeen. Ledeen looks to center, and Shane's turned away on a kick save by Wiest. Back the other way. Odd man rush coming for Elk River. Moving in. Drop pass. Shot. Sets up the door and couldn't quite put it away. Back comes Andover. Love the rush of the play. Shane, the freshman, bringing it in. Drops it there. Here's a hard wrister. Hits traffic in front. Deflects to the corner. Poke checking away. The kid's got some feistiness. I like that, Shane. All alone, centering back now. Elk River will reset. Take a deep breath with 8:25 to go in the opening period. They have a 1-0 lead. Trying to center now to the far corner. They'll set up. He's greeted over there by a couple of the Huskies, trying to knock him off the puck. Top of the circle. Now inside the blue line. Cross rink. Far point. Point set up right in front, and a good job of poke checking that away by Andover. That was going to be an open shot that time for Tommy Labs. And there's a shot turned away again. They're getting some opportunities, Steve.
Joe Johnson had a wide open net, and the puck just bounced over his stick. Tough luck for Andover.
Golden opportunity there. They've been firing on all cylinders. Andover's coming out to play. I love that moxie here with the Huskies and what they're bringing.
Yeah, no doubt. With a couple of key guys out of the lineup, there's no question, Joe. They've played a good game. Their strategy has been right on the money.
I'm sure Johnson would like to have that one back again. And I'll tell you, with that effort, you get a look at Connor Dahl, senior defenseman. Huskies putting this type of pressure on are going to get some opportunities. Elk River tries to control, but right now the Huskies are out hustling them. They'll try to work it behind the net and get free. In comes Michaelis. Here's a hard blast drop. That time almost put away was Benton Moss. Nice cover up that time by Johnson.
Yeah, it was a big drive, but there's no question the goaltender, Blake Johnson, saw it all the way. He was right on it. But you look at the shots, 6-5 in favor of Elk River. This has been a very even hockey game midway through period number one. Andover has to feel really good about the way they played.
Absolutely. Michaelis came in with a full head of steam, and Connor Dahl kind of stood him up. Meanwhile, they did get a good slap shot on goal, but Johnson got a good look at it. Elk River takes it deep into their zone, now rattles it off the board. Brought up here by Perbix. Perbix, a freshman, tries to sneak one into the garage door on a wrister. Nice save there by Johnson. Caroms to the near corner. Here comes Ledeen, the captain of the Huskies. He'll bring it in. He sends a wrister out of play into the netting.
Well, a golden scoring opportunity for Jack Perbix, a freshman. And if you haven't heard the story, he's already committed to play college hockey at Notre Dame. A freshman in high school says Notre Dame's where I want to be. He took a tour as a youngster and said, this is it. I want to be a Golden Domer. How about that?
That is impressive as a freshman.
Yep.
His brother, Nick, is a junior and a captain on this team. Nick plays with the NAHL, the North American Hockey League Juniors, and also impressive. Comes back to play some high school hockey. And of course, Elk River, rich in tradition. The Joel Ottos, just to name a few, along with Prosser and a few of the others. Held in near point for Elk River. He turns, fires, and now tries on the one-timer blast, and it's a glove save and a beauty by Johnson. Good view on that one.
Yeah, and he's really done a good job since giving up that goal early in the game when he got caught. And the player for Elk River, Labs, threw it off his back into the net. He's been stellar since.
Blast there was taken by Nick Purvix, almost on cue after we just spoke about his brother Jack. Nicka Jr. sends it to the near corner. Elk River skates in, puts pressure, another save that time. Good pesky effort that time by Elk River. That was led by number 14, Jax Murray.
Yeah, you're starting to feel that Elk River's starting to pick up the pace. They lead 8-5 in shots, 1-0 on the scoreboard. Right now, Andover may want to think about relieving the pressure and chase them down the rink, even if you have to take an icing.
Off the face-off, Purvix unable to control for Elk River. Sends him back deep into his own zone. 6 minutes to go, and it's been a pretty evenly matched game thus far. Huskies with a couple of golden opportunities thus far, unable to convert. Back goes Purvix. Nick Purvix. He'll start it up ice. Long lead pass. Chance for an odd man rush. Instead, they'll do a shift change. Huskies en route back. Seymour, who sent that backhand ahead. Now he waits at the near point. Unfortunately, Elk River brings it in. Full head of steam. Look at the speed coming in here. Top of the circle and a wrister and a save. And Johnson says, get it out of here after the glove save.
Yeah, Jax Murray, he's got wheels and stick handling ability, but it was another one of those situations. You give a goaltender like Johnson a good view of the puck, and he's going to make the play, and he saw it all the way.
Gordy Westlow taking the draw here for Elk River. Meanwhile, it was Tyler Hughes for the Huskies. Huskies try to work it along the board, finally carry out. Seymour there. Correction, rather, that was Duchesne. Centering pass, no one home, but just inside the blue line, one that hits the pipe and a goal! Off the inside pipe, and the Huskies tie this up on a goal by Jimmy Nowacki.
Wow, that was a beautiful setup. Hustle by Andover. They got it right into the scoring zone between the circles in the high slot. And Andover ties this game with 5:03 to go in the first period. They have played well. And after losing 7-1 earlier this month in Elk River, the Huskies have come to play.
1-1 it is. Duchesne really worked overtime on that shift. Energy creates those opportunities, and Duchesne did a great job there. Good tying goal there for the Huskies. Huskies now back into their zone. Aaron pass there, hops the stick, going to leave a point-blank shot. Now they'll circle behind and try to sneak it in, but the net is now loose with 4:40 to go here at period number 1.
And it was Duchesne on the assist. Nowacki the goal at 11:57 to tie it. But Andover, they can't rest. They've got to be diligent on the defensive end. Almost a wraparound goal there. They're lucky to get a draw to the right of their goaltender.
Trying to bring it out, and they do. Getting the full head of steam before they're stood up right at center ice. Back comes Elk River on the rebound, a loose puck, and that just ricochets wide. For Nowacki, by the way, first goal of the second goal of the season for him. Here come the Huskies, back the other way. Rister tried to go 5-hole, turned away. Huskies are buzzing right now, Steve.
Yeah, Owen Jensen on both ends made a play that helped out his goaltender a moment ago. Then the other way had a shot on goal, but the Elk River goaltender up to the task, and Duncan Weiss 10-7 on shots in favor of Elk River. We're knotted at 1, Joe.
Oh, it's a great game, back and forth, and both teams have remained at full strength. Do I say here, have not been a whistle or a penalty called thus far in the first period. Elk River is very good on the power play, and the Huskies are standing to match and then beyond. Johnson's turned away everything but one shot, and the Huskies have put some pressure on. That's Purvix in the far point. Back to Purvix. Cross rink now to the far point. Here's a low shot, gets through, hitting a lot of legs, but finally makes its way through. Left there, there's Purvix, wants to set up a teammate. Nice play defensively for the Huskies. The puck is still in. And Elk River with some pressure. Sears will try to clear. Finally does, gets it ahead to teammate Mears, and Chase Mears sends it length of the ice.
Great play. Clear the pressure, get a change, regroup.
Right now, energetic shifts for those Huskies, and great time, and everyone's having effective shifts for Andover. Elk River tries to start it out. Now they'll step in front. High wrister over top of the net. That's whistled just over the top by Tyler Hughes. Huskies will try to maintain possession. They cannot. Back comes Elk River. They'll try to work around the defense, and that was Weschlow. It's a long enough, held in. Far point. It's a blast, hits traffic, but not net. Elk River comes down. They'll hold it inside the blue line. They'll try to work it to the far board. Shot now. Oh, hops the stick that time of Weschlow. He sends another wrister on just in case nobody's watching. And Elk River retreats back to neutral ice. Take a deep breath, and now they'll make another rush. Weschlow there. Huskies in the corner, unable to clear. Along the far board is Moss. Turns around, fires it deep, and sends it back in again. That was Millis. Huskies now control. Nowacki with it. He'll bring it in. Has the goal for the Huskies to Shane. Shane takes this Whistler, and it goes over top of the net and out of play.
Yeah, good job by Andover tonight in their game plan. You talked to the coach, Mark Manny, before the game, and he talked about keeping the puck on the edges. Another thing that maybe didn't come up and has been a big part of it, stay out of the penalty box.
Absolutely.
Keep the game even strength.
Good point. They've been able to skate strong, and both teams penalty free thus far, as we have 1:45 to go, opening period. Here comes that top line for Elk River. Hard check, they still maintain possession. Battling there with Schwab, but they held on, deflects, and the Huskies will give chase to Shane. He'll get there first. And Elk River unable to clear. Shane again, Ledeen now patrolling in front of the net. Cross rink, set up, unable to control it, hit the skates. That gave Elk River a chance to skate it out. Now they collide, and Ledeen has it. High off the glass, ahead the line mate Shane. Shane backhands, and Ledeen picks it up. He tries to come in, and it carries deep into the Elk River zone. Now Ledeen behind the net, that's deflected to the corner. Held in here near point. Cross rink, setting up top of the circle, and that's waffled away. Shot there by Martell. Elk River now will take a rush. At about half board, there's a collision. It's congested there, and out skates Andover. Johnson there, poke checked away, picked up by Elk River, coming back the other way. 25 seconds left, period number 1. We are knotted up at 1 apiece. Elk River, the number 8 team in the state, visiting Andover. These teams gear up and get themselves ready for about the final 5 to 8 games left in the season, and then sectionals. Elk River will send a long lead, saucer pass, trying to hop. Nowacki steps up, sends it deep, and we are at the end of period number 1. It's 1-1, and Steve, love the flow, love the tempo of this first period.
Oh, I guarantee you Andover's going to the dressing room thrilled with this result. Shots 11-9 in favor of Elk River, all even on the scoreboard. But the Huskies have been right with the Elks from the beginning of this hockey game. It's unfortunate they gave up kind of that fluky goal early, but I would say Andover's had the better of it. As a matter of fact, they've been able to hold down that outstanding line led by Max Michaelis, who's, such a potent goal scorer. Andover's done a really good job neutralizing that line.
Absolutely. You've seen it up and down, and It's been great action, great flow to the game. So we're at the end of one complete. It is Elk River 1. The Andover Huskies 1. This is a QCTV presentation.
Hello and welcome to In the Game. I'm your host, Chris Carpenter. In the Game is a show that we do here at QCTV that focuses on the high school and amateur sports that we have going in and around our 4 cities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. The high school winter sports season is officially here, and on this program we are going to learn about the Anoka, Andover, and Champlin boys basketball teams.
McKinley on the breakaway, moving in. Oh, he throws it down! Jacob Ball there now sends it cross court to Corbin Johnson. He'll launch a 3 and he'll hit.
Straight up in there down at the bottom.
Prouty takes one from 3 and he hits.
No good. There's Sutton with the rebound. He puts it in.
As well, here's Wright. The lob and the jam. Huskies trying to get back in it, rotated. There's Rizak for 3 and he knocks it down.
To me, there's nothing like that feeling you get when you step on the basketball court for the first time, and the energy and excitement is really something special. And that's no different for the Anoka boys high school basketball team. They're looking to rebound from a tough year last season, and I had a chance to talk with head coach Ryan Fromm about how the Tornadoes plan to do just that.
We definitely handled a lot of adversity last year, and so I think anytime you have a group of guys that go through that together, you know, you're going to grow from it. And us being pretty young last year, I think that's a big positive you can look at. So, I mean, last year we had a couple 3 juniors that really contributed a lot, and they're all going to be back this year, of course. And we also moved up 7 sophomores and a freshman. So we were young last year. We're hoping that those guys learn some lessons, and I'm hoping we grow from it this year.
One of the positive things about having a young team is that players are able to gain experience. Coach Fromm is excited about that.
I'm excited. They're really good kids, high character kind of kids. We have Gunnar Ledeen. He's a smart basketball player and a really good shooter. Led our team in scoring last year. Was an all-conference player last year, and he'll be back. Jackson Sutton was a big for us last year. Who started most of the time when he was healthy, and he's a big body. He's 6'8", and he put on some weight, and he's looking good. He's looking in shape. Had a good offseason. And Chase Thomas, he was our starting point guard last year, and he's quick, very good athlete, a baseball player, but such a good athlete that he's a really good basketball player too. I'm excited about those 3, and really the whole group, but those 3 are the ones that are coming back that really contributed a lot last year.
The Tornadoes are coming off of a rough year, but the team has put in a lot of hard work in the offseason, and optimism is high.
Oh, it's exciting. You know, right now everybody in the conference is 0-0, and everyone's probably thinking everything's figured out right now, and everything is going to be great. And we're optimistic, you know, just like everyone else. I'm in the gym with my guys, and I'm excited. I like the hard work they put in this offseason. I like the character of these guys. They're fun to be around. They're working hard. We got a lot done today. We were commenting today that I think we got more installed and put in here day 1, and it's 2-a-days. You know, yesterday we went before and after school, but we got more done today than we did probably for the first week last year. So we're excited where it is right now.
Every season has its highs and lows, but Coach Fromm knows that it's about working hard and playing your best by the end of the year.
I just expect that we're going to get better every week. You know, I don't think about things in wins and losses. I know we have a section that I think we can compete in, and so if we're getting better every week, if we're playing our best basketball at the end of the year, then I'll be excited about that. If we can gel and get things figured out and really grow as a team and be playing great basketball in February, I mean, that'd be awesome. I mean, during the year, the conference, to be honest, it's tough. We play Champlin twice, and Armstrong, and Osseo, and Maple Grove, and we play some tough competition, but I think it's good to test yourself. So I'm excited about that opportunity, and hopefully we can just continue to build and continue to get better.
The Andover boys basketball team had a solid year in 2014, finishing 7-5 in the tough Northwest Suburban Conference and 14-12 overall. The team is confident going into the 15-16 season, and they hope to build off of last year's successful season.
We've got a team made up of nine guys in our rotation roughly right now, and only 2 of them have any varsity experience at all. So we started out that first game, and the nerves were there, and we're playing a quality team, and we saw a lot of things we liked and a lot of things we expected, which include great team chemistry, and our defense is going to be, I think, a little tougher, a little more stout this year.
I feel like we're very aggressive on defense, and a lot of our practice is dedicated to defense and doing it well and hustling, and that's what we try to base our game off of, is our defense.
Just locking up on defense for sure, and moving the ball on offense. Those are just 2 things that I really want to work on this year. Rebounding too, and yeah, it's team goals.
We haven't had a lot of varsity experience, but a lot of our grades played together a lot since 4th grade. Like all traveling teams, and we've really stayed together as a grade. Like not a lot of us got moved up freshman, sophomore, even junior year. And so I think the team chemistry that we have with each other is gonna be able to help us this year. All the guys at the bench, they're super close to starting, and any given night it can be different starting lineup. So I don't know, it's always a different guy every day, it seems like. It's cool.
Definitely, because we can go a lot deeper in the rotation too. Like guys like that can step up, then we can have other seniors who also can go in there, and we have a really deep rotation too with that.
Yeah, for sure, we want to obviously get to state, and that's our goal. And I'd actually like to go to state and win a game too. That'd be great.
It was an amazing year in 2014 for the Champlin Park Rebels basketball team. They finished the season 26-0, the unquestioned top team in the state, and they were ranked #1 going into the state tournament. They got all the way to the championship game, but came up just short, losing in a heartbreaker to Apple Valley. But it's a new season, and the Rebels are ready to make another run in their quest to get back to the state tournament. Let's take a look at the 2015-16 Champlin Park Rebels basketball team.
As a coach, I coach depending upon what kind of athletes we have, and we have great athletes, and we're going to keep that high pace, defense first kind of mentality that turns into a lot of offense we're hoping for.
We're doing a lot of things well that we did last year, such as hit threes, get transition buckets, move the ball around really well. We're an unselfish team, and it really shows in practice, and I really think it'll show in the games.
I'd say it's the same mentality as last year. Push the ball, score as many transition points as you can, and defense. All starts on defense, because defense creates offense for us.
Coach really stresses defense, so we work on that at least half the practice. I mean, whether it's sitting there through shell or defensive drills or transition drills, to work on our defense. So, I mean, they're picking it up well. I mean, we have good defenders, so I think we'll be good at the defensive end.
Some of the younger guys that have been playing up all along are now kind of getting back together with their classmates that they grew up playing with. So, it's a process, and there'll be some growing pains, of course.
There's a lot of juniors on the team. We played together when we were younger in traveling days. So that chemistry is a little rusty, but you can still see it's there. And to being able to play with these guys again is great.
I think we're going to prove people wrong. We're going to have a good season, 20-plus wins, and hopefully win the state championship.
Well, that's it for this edition of In the Game. If you want more In the Game or want more information regarding our sports schedules or when you can watch your favorite team, go to our website at www.qctv.org. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris Carpenter, and we'll see you next time in the game.
Welcome back to Andover and the ice arena here as the Elks from Elk River are taking on the Huskies as we're about ready to begin period number 2. I'm Joe Rulin, joined by Steve Thompson, the IQ and the brain of hockey. Great to have you here, Steve. And here's a quick recap of that first period, first goal by Lab right off the back of Johnson.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that Andover gave up their first goal, but Andover stuck with it. They played a solid game on both ends of the rink. They were really all over Elk River, limiting their chances. And then, of course, that goal from the top of the slot by Nowacki. He got it in the goal-scoring zone, and he put it in the back of the net. And we have an even hockey game, very even on shots. And I would say outside of that early goal given up by Andover, they've had the better of it so far tonight.
You bet. You had a chance to see Joe Johnson with a chance at puck hopped his stick. Could have easily been a 2-1 lead for the Huskies, but I'm sure Coach Manny would be happy with a 1-1 tie as they begin period number 2.
Oh, there's no doubt. I think the hard work, the game plan paid off, and I think he's able to tell the kids, hey, let's stick with it. We're in this hockey game. It's been very even. This would be a monumental upset tonight if Andover was able to knock off number 8 Elk River. Still a long way to go, 34 minutes of hockey to be played, but so far so good for Andover.
Absolutely. You're seeing the Huskies play with a lot of swag, Steve, and you, an Anoka native and a WCCO talent, have had a chance to see a lot of hockey, and this has been a great game tonight.
Yeah, it really has been a good one, and all the credit goes to Andover. Now for Gordy Roberts and the Elks, they need to pick it up a bit.
If that name sounds familiar to Gordy Roberts, we'll talk about him a little bit more during this period. As shot right there, ricochets off the pads and then just off the post. Elk River comes out pretty angry and feisty to start the second period. Again, the Elks ranked number 8 in the state, along with their girls team as well. The high school girls for Elk River also ranked 8th in the state. Giving battle, boy, you can tell they got lit up maybe a little bit by Coach Roberts, and we are going to get our first penalty of the game.
Michaelis is probably going to go to the box right here, I would assume, and we're going to see Andover on the power play. Well, maybe we're not going to get a penalty.
I saw the hand up, but I don't see anyone going in.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the story was on that play. If it was a hand pass potentially. But they whistled it down, but no penalties so far in the game. And that's a big deal for Andover to stay out of the box.
Johnson as well been doing a great job in goal. He has minimized, if any, rebounds as that one deflects. We'll have another whistle, stop a play, 6:20 to go, but that's been a key. Again, no rebounds for Johnson because Elk River has been buzzing the net looking for those.
Yeah, for sure. And for Andover right now, it's just kind of weather the storm. And I think they should take every opportunity if they clear that puck, even if it's an ice. Get that pressure out of the zone, make the Elks regroup. You don't want to get them buzzing around the net with a full head of steam.
Sent in now by the Elk, and once again we'll have another face-off. Huskies doing a great job just really not allowing that momentum to get flowing for Elk River here on these last few face-offs. As you get a look at Brent Sears, the diesel for the Huskies, getting ready to take this draw just to the right of Johnson in the Andover zone. Huskies try to carry it out. They cannot. They're sent back deep, and they'll start it again. Get it out just beyond the blue line. Elk River is there to retreat and retrieve. Deflects that time off the skate of Mears. Mears now gives chase. Good pressure by Andover, but unfortunately unable to keep it in their zone. Long lead pass, breaking out, odd man rush. Now a shot that whistles behind the net, held in at the far point. Now across to Pervix, takes a wrister, loose puck and change in front, and the Huskies are there to pick it up first. Try to send a long lead pass down, cannot, and will be whistled for the icing.
Good job by Martell covering up for his goaltender, clearing that puck to the edge. And I don't think it's a problem for Andover to take an ice. Get a change, get some fresh troops out there, relieve the pressure.
And there you get a look at former Minnesota North Stars, Gordy Roberts. He's been now in his 4th year with Elk River. Had a chance to speak with the principal, Terry Bazal, and how they had a chance to bring him to Elk River to take over the reins. It's been impressive. The whole bench is just extremely deep with coaching talent and history, along with Joel Otto, also on defense, Paul Martin. They all come back, contribute.
And there are a long line of former NHLers who are coaching the game. Of course, the Edina coach. There's a number of former NHLers. Kurt Giles, of course, with the Edina Hornets. Gordy Roberts with the Elk River Elks. You're seeing more and more of that as these guys settle back into the state of Minnesota. They want to continue to coach and be involved in the game.
High-level hockey at this high school level. And meanwhile, Elk River trying to break that 1-1 tie. They continue to buzz in the Andover zone, but have yet to really have a quality shot on goal as we start the second period. Here's their first one, but that does not make net. Hits traffic. Drop back, far point. Picked up there by Andover. Let out of the zone. Here comes Hemp. All the way back into the Elk River zone, and on the long carom, back comes Elk River. Tries to split the defense, and they cannot. Mike Ellis, that time sent to the ice. The leading point getter for Elk River. Back, high wrister, Schwab, loose puck, and it trickles just wide of the mark. Johnson lost track of that as Schwab took that shot. It went right up under the chin. And Johnson saw it just slither past the goal. Some hard checks here at neutral ice. And Elk River now carries it in. 2-on-1 quickly evolves. There's a shot, hits the side of the post and out of play.
Elk River putting on the heat in the first 3.5 minutes of this period, but so far Andover has been able to stick with them. Still a 1-1 hockey game, but Andover has to get it out of the zone, create some scoring chances, because there is no doubt Elk River has picked it up big time here early in period 2.
There was that chance. Meanwhile, Elk River, you're right, Steve, has certainly picked up the physical play as well of this game, trying to assert their will here. Hard wrister, and Johnson finds this one. Shot came from just inside the point by Grecki. Just inside the blue line, face off to the left of Johnson. Sears will take that for Andover. The shot from the near point deflected to the near corner. Sears is doing battle there. Now picked up by Elk River. They'll try to shed the Huskies, and Nowacki there. Big check coming over by Sears. Sends one of the Elk to the ice. Meanwhile, loose puck picked up back to center ice and brought back in. Elk River circles back, drops just inside the blue line. A blast that goes wide of the mark. Ricochets to half board. Elk River still controlling. Good stick and good control. Sends us in front. Shot, save. Another shot, save. And turned away again by Johnson.
Boy, he made a couple of saves, and there were 2 Elks right on the doorstep, but give Johnson a lot of credit. He stood his ground and kept his body big and made the save there and kept this a 1-1 hockey game. But so far, it's all Elk River. Andover's got to find a way to get it out of the zone and at least clear this pressure a little bit, because right now the Elks are swarming.
You saw an NHL check there by Sears put on one of the Elk River players. Now puck is loose in front and bouncing. Finally, that's Connor Dahl. Dahl tries to work it along the boards, unable to bring it out. Held in just inside the blue line by Elk River. Far boards, half board there. Still a loose puck, and Elk River first to get there. They send it deep. Retreating to pick it up is Andover. Hard pass there on the skates, and Connor Dahl's fortunate enough to be there. He'll circle back behind Johnson and start it back up ice. Off the board and the whistle, some good pressure, good speed, and I think Andover and both teams could probably use the rest there.
Yeah, Andover played Tuesday night, got beat by Spring Lake Park 5-2. Elk River hasn't played since Saturday night when they lost a tough one to Blaine 4-2. So Elk River may be a little bit more rested, and as Mark Manning told you before the game, injury, illness going through the team, and maybe it's starting to show itself a little bit here early.
Oh, this one's chipped over top of the knot of Johnson. Oh my, I thought that was a sure goal top shelf. Turned back, and now we will get the first penalty. It took a while, good play. 11:44 interference will be the call. It'll go against Michaelis.
That's a huge break for Andover to get him off the ice for 2 minutes here.
Very physical player. He's second on the team in penalty minutes. Now he's first with 18. So the first power play of the evening will go to Andover. Let's see if they can take the lead. Oh, a hard check there. Schwab loses the puck and maybe a chiclet or two as he took that hard check. Here's a look behind the scene here at the penalty and the interference whistle on Michaelis. Elk River will try to see what they can do on the penalty kill here as the Huskies whistle in front. There's Shane. Takes a shot. Save. Held in by Martell. Now to Nowacki. Again, Nowacki, hard wrister, hits traffic. That hit Ledeen, I believe, as he was going to the ice. Rather, that was Owen Jensen that hit. Huskies forced to go back into their zone. They lose it once they get to the blue line. Elk River now controls and skates back into their zone, winds up and sends a hard wrister. Hard wrister so hard that Johnson has to make a save on it. 55 seconds left on the man advantage for the Huskies. They cannot control. It rolls off at the stick there of Martell. Ledeen goes back to try to help out. And finally now Andover will circle back in their zone. Here comes Shane. Shane skating in. Works, gets by one, takes a good wrister save by Wiest. Martell sends a hard wrister that just off the mark inside the blue line. Again over to Martell. He'll send another shot. That's a save made. Traffic was in front, trying to deflect it, and now Elk River will clear the zone. Just 15 seconds left on the power play for Andover. Martell picks it up, cross center ice, and sends it in along the board. Get in there first, Elk River. They ring it along the board, and that will successfully kill the penalty for Elk River. Good hustle. They continue to fire, even though they just skated off the penalty. Michaelis now looking for a scoring opportunity. Just out of the penalty box. Loose puck there on the doorstep. Oh, and they just can't lift the puck. It rolls off the stick at point-blank range. An opportunity for Jack Purvix. Still Elk River controlling behind the net. Michaelis there leaves it for Schwab. He's turned away. Elk River holds the zone. Not for long. It hits the skate of Andover. And Schwab circles back. Cross rink now bringing it in. Hard blast that hits traffic, and the Huskies control and clear the center ice and send the length of the ice, and icing in fact is called.
Jack Purvix will see that one in his dreams tonight. Watch this. Wide open net, and he fans on it. He had the entire net with the goaltender down.
Wow. Jack Purvix, the freshman. Absolutely. I thought it rolled off his stick, but from that angle, good shot by the guys. You could see he lifted his stick a little early and went right over top of it. So I guess they're 1-1, not only in this score, but open goal opportunities, as Joe Johnson had one hop his stick earlier. Setting in front of the table there. Johnson with traffic makes the save. Defense comes back to help out. That was a nice wrister on target from inside the blue line, and traffic in front. Elk River. Errant pass there forces Nick Purvix back. He'll start it up out of the Elk River zone. Hard off the stick and finally controlled by Elk River. They'll try to backhand in. They have strong lines up and down. Their first through third line. They come at you in powerful waves. This Elk Crew and the Huskies have been doing the same all night. 8 minutes to go. Here in the second period, it's still 1-1. Impressive outing this far for the Huskies, hitting on all cylinders. And there's a long lead pass by Elk River. Icy, the faceoff will come back into the Elk zone.
Yeah, 1-1 hockey game. Easily could have been 2-1 Elk River, but you'll take a little puck luck, that's for sure. And that was on the Husky side there.
Wow, there you can look at some scores. Edina, a 2-0 lead over Hopkins. Apple Valley, a 3-2 lead on Shakopee. Edina, one of the teams that Elk River lost to earlier this year. Also see Burnsville up by a couple of goals. Aaron pass, and we'll have another trip back down to the Elk River zone.
When you look at the top 10 right now with Benilde, Minnetonka, Eden Prairie, Holy Family, Stillwater, Blaine, Lakeville North, the defending champs, Elk River, Zimmerman 8, Hillmurray 9, Edina 10. There's a lot of balance there. You could see a state champion coming out of any of those 10 teams.
And of course, Grand Rapids, number 12, very tough indeed. And Elk River beat them earlier this year, 6-2.
And Duluth East, another 7AA team, is going to be very tough because they get all those games in their backyard in Duluth come section semifinal and final time.
Good pickup. Chance here, break off the deflection. In comes a shot, save. That was by Bazal who took that one. Connor. He picked it up off the ricochet, and a hard blast almost got by Johnson. Andover back. Here's Shane. Shane sets up. Ledeen tries to go behind the net to pick it up, but Elk River gets there first. Backhand. That's interrupted by Shane. Shane then interrupted and put on shot. And 2 quality shots on goal. That shift by number 7, Connor Bazal. Hops the stick and back. When you put this pressure and you skate this fast, Steve, boy, that causes some errors, unforced errors, and you're seeing some of it just from either fatigue or just the pressure of somebody right on the doorstep. The Huskies have really stepped it up here.
Well, Andover's really been able to even it out. It was heavily tilted Elk River's way early in this period, but they were able to weather the storm. It's still a 1-1 hockey game, and things have evened out a little bit.
Connor Dahl holds it there, now starts it up ice. Tries to bring it out of his own. He's being pestered by Elk River. Finally up ahead, he gets it. Deflected into Elk River zone, and back comes Connor Dahl to help out.
A great job by him to come back, cover up. They're helping each other out beautifully in this game, and that's what you need to do against a team like Elk River. Everybody's got to do their job.
Connor Dahl over rather Nowacki. Nowacki has hair, I think, like mine, a lot, quite a bit.
Maybe once upon a time.
He will not be part of the No Gain Hair Club, but meanwhile, with that hair, he has powered 1 goal for the Huskies. Coming in now, Elk River, cross rink. Oh, deflected, loose puck in front, and they finally whistle it down. Almost another opportunity where the puck was redirected, and now we've got some extracurricular activity going on. See Sears.
I don't know if we're going to see any penalties. Now we will after I think we'll probably get a couple of guys, 1 for each team, going to the penalty box out of this with 5:21 to go in the period.
Kyle Boughton and Sears were going after it. Sears certainly a big body of his own. About 6'5", 225. We'll see if they've got a reservation here for Boughton.
Looks like that's going to be it. An Andover Husky goes to the box. So Elk River, their first power play opportunity of the night.
They are strong on that man advantage. In fact, they're at about a 27% success rate on that power play. They move the puck around quickly, and here's Perbix. Top of the circle, that's a roughing penalty on Sears. We'll see if Elk River can take that 2-to-run lead. Down on the doorstep, kicks it back just inside. Cross rink, shot save, turned around. Good job on that one-timer to get over and make coverage. Huskies odd man rush, and they're shorthanded. Ledeen streaking towards the front. Has it there, turns, fires, goal! Oh, no, it's turned away, it's waved off. Almost a shorthanded goal for Ledeen and the Huskies. We'll have the camera crew take a look at that. A lot of people with their arms up, and back comes Elk River. They'll set it up in the Husky zone. One-timer, that blast hits traffic, deflects at half board. Now back top of the circle, cross rink. There's a hard shot right on the doorstep, unable to put it away, and the Huskies control. Ledeen once again, probably ready for a change on that penalty kill after that huge shorthanded rush.
Wow, what a job by Andover, shorthanded, getting not one but 2 scoring chances on this shift. That's extraordinary. Still a 1-1 hockey game. They've still got 1 minute, 1 second, a penalty to kill off. And I think that penalty that was called right at the end of the scrum on Sears for roughing was because he jumped into the fray after the officials arrived on the scene. That's why it got called.
Good point, good call out. And that is, in fact, another minute left on that power play. Here comes Elk River. Speed and all. That's Schwab. Schwab now back behind the net. Overhead, just inside. That's Pervix. Pervix sends it back down. Inside the circle, shot on the doorstep right there was Schwab trying to cause some distraction after the shot taken by Weschlow.
Andover's strategy has been pretty clear. Even early in the period when Elk River was putting on a lot of pressure, they were packing it in with all 5 guys in the middle, trying to keep the play to the outside. And now, of course, on the penalty kill, they're doing the same thing. So they're well skilled at keeping the puck to the outside and helping out their goaltender. So far, it's paid dividends here in period 2.
Shane pestering Elk River there. Skating in now is Perbex. He wants to take a wrister and has that shortened by Connor Dahl as he interrupted the momentum of that stick coming forward. Now Perbex takes a big blast. Loose puck in front, and it's carried to the side. Elk River picks it up again. Can't quite pull the trigger on a shot. Perbex takes another shot, and that slithers past the pads and behind the net. Elk River will get on the far board. Drop it off there. Huskies back at full strength. Nick Perbex, the junior, tries to redirect. Even though they are at even strength, they continue to have control of the puck. At the far point, Rister does not hit traffic, or hits traffic, does not reach net. Ledeen tries to start it out for Andover, drops it back to Connor Dahl. Connor Dahl up ahead. It's Mears who sends it deep for Andover. 2:50 to go here in the second period. This has been an impressive evening of hockey at the Andover Ice Arena. Coming in now, here's a chance. Oh, beautiful play to come back and help out with Sears as he lifted the stick of the Elk River player coming in. Back comes Martell. Drops it there. He's going to get some help from a teammate. Looks like Hemp helping him out. Tries to center, hops the stick of Martell. Martell gives chase, leaves it to the far point. Sent back behind the net. Hemp is there again. Seems like he's everywhere tonight. Still in control. Far point. Sends it back in deep again. Good job that by Sam Seymour. Brent Sears, he's laid a couple of hard checks on some of the Elk River players. He's behind the net again. Leaves it there. Good possession this time by the Huskies. Sears once again putting some physical play on the Elks. Meanwhile, Elk River will break out. Try to get around the defense. They do. Being tangled in the far corner. And now out comes Elk River, leaving it. Here's a shot. Oh, and it gets all the way through, and a pad save by Johnson. Good hard wrister that time that made it through a lot of traffic. Huskies tried to clear. And the Huskies now get it beyond center ice, and they'll make wholesale line changes. Elk River, long lead pass, does not connect, but no icing. Held in far board. Breaking in is Bazal. Bazal tries to take control. He's bumped off the puck there. Elk River still controls, and now Bazal tries to get it back again here in the near corner. Held in. No, it hops the stick that time of Elk River and goes out to center ice. Skating around the defense and finally snapping it in for Elk River. Saw some physical play there. In the far point, Pervix tries to hold it in. He does just momentarily, and back comes Mears. Mears for Andover will give chase. Wiest is there to send it to the side. Nowacki sends it deep. 30 seconds to go, second period, and Nick Pervix will set it up for one more rush up ice. Boughton had it there, and he's pushed off the puck by Nowacki, and finally just down below us, you can see several players trying to tie it up. Now here comes Elk River skating in, drop pass, shot, goal! put away, top shelf, put it with the peanut butter.
Nate Horn, boy, that was a beautiful, beautiful play, and he got it right in the middle, and the goaltender didn't have much of a chance there.
That was an extra effort. The scrum really took place in front of us, Steve, and Jack Perbix stayed with it, and then Jack Perbix, almost just beyond the doorstep, set up on a nice pass by Horn. There's nothing Johnson could do. Horn was just trying to get over, go top shelf, and he did, his third goal of the season, and the assist will go to Jack Perbix. Whistle, stop a play, and there you get a look. Beautiful setup. And Horn again goes top shelf and puts it by Johnson. Nothing Johnson could really do.
No, there's no doubt the goaltender was in a tough spot there as Elk River came in, and just a great two-man game. Perbix to Horn, and he pays it off late in the period. That one hurts.
Just before the end, they just were relentless. Perbix kept battling for it, and during that time, he created the opportunity, left it for Horn, and Horn has lifted Elk River to a 2-1 lead, Steve. Good play again by Andover. It was just that 10-second gap.
Yeah, it's just a shame. You hate to give up goals in the final minute of a period. I don't care what level it is. And with 10 seconds to go, Elk River was able to get that big turnover in the zone and get the 2-1 lead. I can't imagine Elk River head coach Gordy Roberts is too pleased with the way his top line has played in general tonight. Give Andover a ton of credit. They've played a very good hockey game. Strategically, they've done exactly what they wanted to, and with one period to go, it's 2-1 Elk River. Huskies go to the dressing room feeling still pretty good about themselves.
Absolutely, a lot of reasons to feel good about the game thus far for the Huskies, and just one goal down. You know they'll come high triggers, and this type of play certainly triggers a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and it's been an outstanding game for Blake Johnson, the Andover goaltender. You know, giving up a couple of goals and 23 shots. He's made some outstanding saves. One of the things you brought up earlier tonight is he's been able to control the rebounds, and that's huge. Absolutely, he's minimized those. Now the goal he just gave up, tough one. Nice setup by Jack Perbix, the freshman, to Horn, and it is a 2-1 lead for Elk River, and will return for third period action on this QCTV presentation in a moment.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. What? Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday. And I love tacos.
Combined on the last one, and they do it again this time for the game-winning goal.
Porsche at the top of the ice, looking for space. She shoots and she scores!
Oh, she blistered that one. Cedarburg puts it with the peanut butter in the top shelf.
Shot, goal!
Front, controlled. Rister, goal!
And there are the Teddy Bears.
Hello and welcome to In the Game. I'm your host, Chris Carpenter. In the Game is a show that we do here at QCTV that focuses on the high school and amateur sports that we have going on in and around our 4 cities of Andover, Anoka, Champlin, and Ramsey. Believe it or not, but the high school winter sports season is already upon us. And on this program, we are going to learn about the Champlin, Anoka, and Andover high school girls hockey teams. So let's start with the Champlin Park Rebels girls hockey team. A year ago, the Rebels finished with a 7-10-1 record in the always competitive Northwest Suburban Conference. And the team is looking to build off of that record this year. Let's take a look at the 15-16 Rebels girls hockey team.
Good, scoot this way just a touch. Bingo, right there is good. And then give me the big smile. Little attitude, a lot of smile. There it is. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Picture day! Yeah!
Ready, 1, 2, 3. Good smile. Nice job.
We have a lot of girls returning, so we have a lot of chemistry on this team this year, and we're hoping for a really good year. Last year we started really well, went 5-0 I think, or 6-0 in the beginning of the season. We played really well when we worked together, so last year what we really emphasized is teamwork, and I think that that'll be a key thing this year as well.
We're excited with what we have out here. We feel like we got some depth coming back at forward from last year, and a couple of our defensemen that we have back from last year, Jordan Trapp, Eric Burrell. Some of them are, and Megan Shuck are ready to take that next step forward for us.
I played JV my 8th grade year, and coming up from JV to varsity was a big step because the girls are bigger, they're much faster, they shoot harder, they make faster decisions. Like you can tell that the girls know where to put the puck before they even have it, so it's a big step.
Goal! Deflected in front by Martinson.
I'm very excited for the season, for us to score goals, beat teams. I think we're going to do very well against the teams this year. I feel like we have a good advantage against them. We've been improving a lot since captain's practice and tryouts. We've been working very hard. So I think we'll keep improving throughout the season, and the younger girls, they're going to step it up.
We have a few seniors, a few juniors, a few softs, a couple 9th graders too that should crack the lineup a little bit this year. For us as well, you know, we're going to be right there in the mix with everybody. The kids play hard, they have big hearts, and they're ready to get going every night for us, and they come prepared for what's going to happen.
Champlin and the goal!
Nice. You know, with girls hockey being on about its 20th year, I mean, I think you're just starting to really see the skill and the grace that these kids have out on the ice. As you know, girls hockey has evolved so much from the first time we started back in 1995-96 time to the time we're at now, that, you know, it's just a great game to watch, and I encourage people to come out and watch it and see really how good the girls game has become.
When fans come, like for our student section, if they come to watch our game, we get really pumped because they do like cheers for us, and then it gets more intense. So I don't know, I like when fans come.
We're trying to create a really positive environment this year, just fun, loving, love hockey, and we want to work hard but also have fun. So if we can just combine those two things together, we're going to have a great season.
One more. 1, 2, 3.
The Anoka girls hockey schedule is already underway, and although they dropped a close one to start the season, they have high hopes for 2015-16.
We're really working on our offensive end. We've been going through our defensive end and neutral zone, and we've just kind of been getting down the concept of how our team meshes together, especially with the new coach this year. We have to kind of figure out what his coaching style is like. So right now we're just going through defensive, neutral zone, and offensive, and just working on our forechecks and making sure that everybody has their positioning down and everybody knows where they're supposed to go and at what time they're supposed to go.
Yeah, well, the team this year, I've just gotten to know them for a week. I'm new on the job, but seems like they're very coachable, and they have a lot of good speed. And so I think that's a lot to work with. When we start the beginning of the season, we really try to focus on our own end of the rink. So we work a lot on repetition, passing, breakouts, different decision making based on what's being thrown at us defensively and all that. And we also work a lot in our own end defending. And so a lot of D-zone coverage and responsibilities and things of that nature. So that's one of our primary focuses during the year is team defense. And we just feel that anybody can play defense if they concentrate, focus, work hard enough.
With our new coach this year, he is taking our team forward. We are doing harder practices, more ice time, more dry land that is harder, more work. We're just working more as a team and faster pace. I do feel like the team is getting stronger with each practice.
We have 9 seniors and we have only 1 freshman, so the team is a pretty middle-aged team. We have a lot of fast girls, a lot of girls that can shoot pretty hard and are pretty scrappy in the corners, and I think we're going to be really great this year, and we're going to work hard every game.
The center two gets it. There's a backhand and a goal! Guimau did a great job of sustaining possession of that puck, turned her back to the defender, and then sent the backhand on, and the goal was scored by number 7, Cassie Berkey.
For the seniors this year, I think some kids that want to go out and make a point are Cassie Berkey, certainly. She's a forward real grinder out there, works the corners well, good in front of the net. Taylor Kins playing some center and defense for us this year. She's definitely a stronger skater on the team. Courtney Thorpe's another defender back there, very solid, one-on-ones and all. And I think we just have a lot of moxie, swagger. And we're going to try and just improve this year from our season last year.
Team bonding is huge. It makes or breaks your team. Us as a team, we get together off the ice all the time. We do Feed My Starving Children as a team. We go out to eat, taco night. We do lots of team bonding. We get together Saturday nights, go to the guys' hockey games after together. Just as a team in general, we're always there for each other. We have our own group chat. We have pasta feeds every day before a game. We're always together.
Here's a chance now for Anoka. Backhand. Goal!
I feel like our school...
Welcome back to the Andover Ice Arena. The Huskies down by a goal to the number 8 team in the state, the Elk River Elks. I'm Joe Rulin, joined by Steve Thompson. And Steve, great play. It was just a 10-second gap for the Huskies as the freshman for Elk River picked up the loose puck and centered at the horn and put it away to give Elk River this 2-1 lead.
Yeah, with a team like Elk River, ranked number 8 with very high expectations. They want to play in a state tournament. They want to be at the Xcel Energy Center. They're going to play the whole 17 minutes.
There you see some physical play, a penalty on Sears. And the Huskies were able to skate that penalty off. Meanwhile, Michaelis also had a penalty for Elk River. And there was the goal by Elk River to take a 2-1 lead as we are just underway. That goal came with about 5 seconds left to go in the second period. For Horn, that was his 3rd goal of the season. Horn, a strong running back on that Elk River football team. Took the pass, as we mentioned, from the freshman Jack Perbix. His brother Nick, also a member of this Elk River team. A 2-1 lead, and it has been a great game to call and be here to watch, as both teams have been up and down. Some very disciplined play by both teams, and the Huskies have stood to the remedy of what Coach Manny had said, keep it wide and outside. Huskies looking for their first win in the Northwest Suburban Conference. Drop pass there, shot, goal! Oh, tic-tac-toe, and they tape the tape and put it away. The Huskies have tied this up just 40 seconds into this third period.
Boy, what a beautiful job with Andover coming down the ice. They had the 3-on-2, and they played it beautifully. You called it tic-tac-toe, and we got a tie hockey game. Great way for Andover to start. We got a brand new one with 6:18 to play.
Owen Jensen, great poise, sends it across to Shane. Back to Owen Jensen, and he chips it in. The passes were with such precision and poise, and they were all tape to tape. There was nothing that Wiest could do for Elk River. A 2-2 tie here at Andover. And the Huskies are giving the number 8 team in the state quite the battle. Back comes Horn. He'll try to get by the defense. He's hit there. The Huskies have a lot of feist and moxie coming their way here in this third period, just like Elk River did to start the second period.
Yeah, quite a turnaround from the 7-1 decision. Elk River beating Andover earlier this month in Elk River.
Huskies navigate their way out. Nice job. Still stick handling, and finally they'll send a wrister that gets through the skates, and a resilient effort that time by Solomon Seymour.
Yeah, and the Elk River goaltender, Duncan Wiest, had no chance on that Andover goal. That was how you draw them up. It was a beauty.
There it was, coming out, and just a beautiful setup. And Owen Jensen with the goal, and for Jensen, that's his second goal of the season. Shane, the freshman, beautiful pass delivered. Ladine was coming right down the middle to pick up any loose change, if in fact there was any, but Jensen able to put it away. Elk River trying to get it going. I'm guessing head coach Gordy Robbins will not have kind words for his players on that when they come to take line changes on that bench.
Well, at the start of period number 2, Elk River came out flying. At the start of period number 3, Andover came out flying. So both teams going back and forth. It's been very even tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting to see as Connor Dahl goes back for the Huskies, and now they'll start it up out of their own zone. Can't control, and it goes to Perbix. Nick at center ice, picking it up. Here comes Schwab. Schwab now skating in. He'll take a shot. Couple of defensemen down. He tried to leave a backhand. Good pressure that time as the Huskies collapsed on him. Trying to send it in and now do a line change. He's on his own. That's Owen Jensen. Finally, Ladine gets to the front of the net. Back to Shane. Shane sends it back behind the net. He's doing battle against Perbix. Nick Perbix. Finally, Ladine sends it between his skates. Unable to control it. Back comes Elk River on the far wing. Now dropping it there. Picked up. Good job by Shane to continue to pester the flow for Elk River. Held in by Perbix on the far point. Jumping over is Milwaukee, and he has the first goal for the Huskies. To center ice, Owen Jensen sends it just inside the blue line. Back comes Elk River. An opportunity here. Gets by the defense, sends a wrister, misses the net, but the rebound comes to a teammate. Schwab has a shot there, and Johnson with the save and a rebound. Backhand. Good job by the Huskies to clean that up. Ladine gets there to try to clear. He cannot. Now he puts a check on Elk River. And Elk River still controls. Drop pass. Hard wrister just misses the net, trying to ring the post that time for Elk River. Now back with it again. That's Moss. Moss with it once again. Inside the blue line, traffic in front. Elk River starting to post a lot of players right in front of Johnson. And Huskies will send it down for an icing. They need the break.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Good play there by Owen Jensen. I've talked about it through the night tonight. In spots like that, Andover's just got to take the ice, because then you can go ahead, get the change anyway, relieve the pressure, regroup. 2-2 hockey game, 12:45 to go. Andover in a really good spot.
You had a chance to see Moss there. Benton Moss has 3 goals, 10 assists on the season, but He's just crafty inside that blue line. He has it again here. He whiffs on that one. Chance up, and the Huskies are able to get it at least to center ice, but not control. Sent back into their zone. Andover will start it out. Brent Sears along the far board, loses it off his stick, and the Elk will start it up ice. Top of the circle, drop pass there. Wheeling, dealing, circling back. Here comes a hard wrister. Save, loose puck in front. Still a loose puck turned away by Johnson, and he gobbles it up.
Boy, beautiful job by the goaltender Johnson to keep sliding to the middle, and made a couple of big saves to keep it a 2-2 hockey game. Great positioning by him all night tonight.
Horn was trying to circle around as well, as was Jax Murray. Some great cut and turning. I love the level of hockey we're seeing here tonight, Steve.
Yeah, and you can't say enough about Johnson and what he did on that play to stay low, to keep an eye on the puck and slide to the middle.
Pervik sends it to the far corner. Connor Dahl there first. Sends it back up along the board. Huskies cannot come out clean, and Elk River retains possession on the doorstep. Nice setup there by Horn, but they couldn't control. Horn will pick it up again in the near corner. No, he'll lose it to Nowacki. Nowacki tries to clear, unable, held in by Elk River. Now skating out. Cross rink, cannot connect on that pass as Andover. They'll circle back. Nowacki will start it back up. Giving it a swat back into the zone is Deshane. Deshane an assist on the first Huskies goal of the night. It is 2-2 as Elk River brings it up ice. And all around now, they'll drop it ahead. They'll carry in, stop there, and the Huskies take control. Good physical play. Good stick work by Andover. Owen Jensen takes a swat. That extra effort keeps the puck at center ice, but now comes back is Elk River. That's Murray, still with it. Murray wants to send it out to the left point, gets it there. Rister doesn't get everything on it, but it trickles behind the net. Huskies will try to skate out. Errant pass off the skate, and that allows Elk River to take possession, and that's Salette who sends it back in. Huskies trying to clear. They cannot. Loose puck trickles in front. Johnson with the save, and they've got to clear. A lot of traffic in front. Finally they get it to the far corner. Shane is there. Wraps it around the board. And now Andover starts their way out. Martell has it. Martell looks to drop. Has it stick lifted. Tries to take a shot. That hits traffic. The backhand sent in deep by Owen Jensen. Huskies will make. They will not make a line change there. They'll hold on with the pressure. Now deep into the Huskies zone. They lift it ahead, miss on a pass off the board, and Elk River takes control. 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go from the Andover Ice Arena. The Huskies in a 2-2 battle with the number 8 team in the state, the Elk River Elks. The only player missing tonight for Elk River. There's a chance and just goes wide as Zerbin. Jensen Zerbin out with the flu. The Huskies also out with 2 players. 2 of their stronger lines. Bannock has 1 and Zataris is the other. There's a shot, gets all the way through. Stick save. Karams to the far corner. Connor Dahl there with a big time check. Connor Dahl digging it. Finally, Elk River takes a shot, tries to squeeze it in the short side. Saved by Johnson. Held in far point. Elk River now controlling play as they have been in the Andover zone for about the last minute to 70 seconds. Here's a shot whistled just wide over on the right side. Holding it in is Moss.
I wouldn't be surprised if we get a stoppage of play here if Andover takes a timeout to regroup a little bit. Elk River really dominating play right now. Not getting a lot of scoring chances, but holding the zone beautifully right now. Andover really running out of gas.
They are. They're buzzing right now. The Elks with a big goal differential. Now power drive in that time. They try to slide it in and denied, and Johnson takes the liberty of giving a little nudge to the back of the head of one of the Elk River players. 8:02 to go, and wow, Steve, that was some sort of action.
Yeah, it was, but Andover has done an outstanding job of keeping the puck to the outside. It's been a key all night. They've done a super job keeping the area between the circles clear. So Elk River, while they dominated play, didn't have a ton of scoring chances, and we're still in a 2-2 game.
You know, guys, ironic enough, that player, the fan of the game they showed in shorts, is Jeff Sears. That's his son playing for the Huskies. So it's
shorts in January.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to live in the dream. Live in the dream. There's a shot sent out of play, and that was in by Purvix. That was a great-looking shot as fan of the game there. Meanwhile, for Elk River, they continue to stay control, keep in control. They patrol that blue line so well. It's not Moss, it's Purvix, along with several others. Another shot, and finally now, the Huskies will carry out, but cannot get a serious threat going here. Shots on goal now starting to open up, 27-8 in favor of Elk River, with 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Huskies try to bring it out. There's a chance there off the backhand. They unable to control. Elk River chips it ahead to center ice. Trying to move around Nowacki. Picked up by the defensive mate.
And Nowacki's going to go to the box, and Elk River's going to go on the power play here. A delayed penalty right now, but Nowacki's going to pick up an interference or a trip.
Goalie has left, so they have the extra attacker until the whistle comes, and now it does. 6:44 to go. That could be the tipping point of the game here. The Huskies will be a man short for the second time. Just a third penalty of the game whistled on either team. And Nowacki, who had the Huskies' first goal, will take 2 minutes.
And it is a trip. It could have gone either way, trip or interference, but there's no doubt Andover right now needs a breather. And that was a tired penalty they took right there. So the Elks go on the power play in a tie game.
Moss has it here in Purvix. Those two are two true, at least all-conference blue liners out there for Elk River. Purvix again. Sends it down to Horn. Horn loses control, and nice play by Andover. Get control and ring it along the boards the length of the ice. 1:30 to go on the man advantage for the Elks. Bring it in now. They'll send that wrister. Look for that rebound off the board. They'll get there first along the far board. Good pesty effort that time by Shane. Shane works it. Here's a chance if they can get to it. It's Ledeen. He'll get there first. He had a shorthanded opportunity in the second period. Chewing up valuable penalty kill minutes, and Ledeen now will skate to the bench, and out comes Sears. Hard check there put on. Held in, far point. Now to Moss here at the near point. Back over to Purvix. Purvix takes the wrister, goes over the top, hits the post, and whistled out of play.
Wow. Yeah, that one just skims over the top of the net. 2-2 game, 5:28 to go. If Andover can weather the storm, they still have an opportunity. Their penalty kill tonight has been solid.
Really pulled the trigger. Good setup. This just went side the blue line. A good wrister by Purvix. That's Nick Purvix. There's another shot. Cover up there as Johnson covering up. A little bit of a rebound, but not that far away from him where he could close up on it. Line will stay on there. You see Murray along with Moss. And there you see head coach Mark Manning in his 7th season with the Huskies. Off the face-off controlled inside the blue line. Perbix moves to center. To top. Now back. Half circle. To Moss. Moss wants to take this wrister. Hits traffic. Does not reach net. I think he was hoping to hit traffic and redirect past Johnson. Right now, that's about the only way they're getting it by him, is on a redirect. 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Here in the 3rd period, 30 seconds on the power play. Perbix, Nick with the puck, drops it. Cross rink. It goes to the far corner. They'll try to set it up there. Schwab weaves and just misses there. To the top, now moving in. Behind the net, getting there first will be Schwab. Huskies try to come over and clear, and they do. Good hustle. Good clearing that time by Chase Mears.
And that'll do it. They killed another one off. 2 solid penalty kills for Andover in the game tonight.
Here comes Schwab once again on the near wing. He's knocked off the puck by Andover. They have played one impressive game this evening. Icing will be the call. Faceoff will come back into the Andover zone.
And now with 4:30 to go in the game, Andover feels like they're playing with house money a little bit. Number 8 team in the state, they're in a tie game. If they can find a little burst of energy, a turnover, Elks make a mistake and they can capitalize it, they could steal one tonight.
Absolutely. As I mentioned, Steve, gives them the confidence to kind of hang around. Hey, we've been around this long. That brings a little swag to the game as Connor Dahl sends a backhand off the board. The Dean gets it out, but only to beyond the blue line in Elk River. Sends it back in. Moss holds it in far point. Now skating in, Moss sent to the ice. Still down, and the Huskies and Connor Dahl. He'll take it behind the net, has it pickpocketed away from him. Still a loose puck, and just a shot moves just wide of the mark.
Michaelis had it right there and couldn't cash it in.
Couple of attempts there for him, and Huskies skate away. That's Shane. Poke check back, he still has it. On the doorstep, trying to move in, sends a shot wide. Wiest has turned to right just about everything. He's had 2 quality shots get behind him, but the Huskies now starting to pick it up.
Wow, and Michaelis had it right outside of the goal mouth and fired it wide. Now, granted, great position by the goaltender, Blake Johnson. He didn't have a lot to shoot at, but Andover got a break there. Still 2-2 at 3:28 to go.
A lot of top teams in the country are sitting in the state in action tonight. Wayzata beating Minnetonka 1-0. It's a 2-2 tie with Edina and Hopkins. 2-2 tie here with 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go as Elk River will try to skate free of the zone. They do, but cannot execute on the pass. Now this deflection deflects way back into the Husky zone behind Johnson in goal. Blake Johnson, the senior goaltender, has put on quite an exhibit, a clinic tonight. Huskies skate in on that errant pass. Still on the backhand, trying to get pulled down. They do, but there will not be a penalty. 2:40 to go, period number 3.
That was a good note and call.
Absolutely. That was Tyler Hughes with that effort. On the backhand, save Johnson. Hard backhand coming and trying to go top shelf and put it by him was Murray.
Tip of the cap to Andover, a team that's dropped 8 in a row, 0-7 in the conference. You've got the number 8 team in the state coming in Elk River. They have played a whale of a hockey game tonight. Whatever happens over the final 2:35, the Andover Huskies have a lot to be proud of tonight.
They have played a complete sheet of ice when it comes to the game. Offensively and defensively, everyone's coming back. Sometimes you see forwards circling around mid-ice, but they have played a complete game. Sears. Hard push there against the board. Joe Johnson picks it up in the corner, has it again. He eludes a check and then Elk River picks up the loose change. They'll try to carry out. Good pressure by Andover, and Elk River gets it just to center ice. And Andover sends it back in. 2 minutes remaining. Third period. Schwab will start it up and head it up now to Purvix, Jack Purvix, who has an assist on the second goal. Shot there, loose puck, traffic in front. Elk River tries to flick it by, and that was Jack Purvix causing some havoc. Held in near point. Cross rink. Moss there. Sends it in. They're firing everything they can early and often right now on Johnson. 1:30 to go. Good focus by Johnson. There's a lot of traffic in front of him. Schwab has it just inside the blue line. And now it's dropped to Moss. Back over to Schwab, left point. Schwab takes this shot. Beautiful glove save and a beauty by Johnson, and does not allow that rebound.
29 saves on 31 shots. Blake Johnson's done an outstanding job, but he's had so much help from his defense and forwards clogging up the middle. As I said a moment ago, it's really been a great team effort by Andover, and a tip of the cap to them.
Purvix there to Murray. Murray battles a couple of Andover players, and finally Ledeen lofts it up, at least to the blue line. And it'll be whistled for the offside. That will be Elk River. Ledeen tried to carry out, and he tried to get the puck lofted off his stick into center ice, but it fluttered a bit. Far enough to get him offside.
And Elk River with the 7-1 win over Andover earlier in the month. Maybe look beyond Andover a little bit tonight.
Elk River certainly has some tough contests ahead of them.
Maple Grove Saturday night at home. That'll be a good one.
Long lead pass. Here's a chance. Owen Jensen. He has the tying goal right now. Centers it. Shane has it. Leaves it for Ledeen. Held in just inside the blue line. So a shot there, hits traffic by Martell. And out will skate Elk River, trying to connect. Here's a chance just inside the blue line. 23 seconds left in this game. Elk River, point blank shot. Shot, goal! Oh my! On the doorstep. And they put it away to go up 3-2 with 20 seconds to go. Beautiful setup, and Murray right on the doorstep. Chips it high and top shelf. Nothing Johnson could do about that.
And a shame, of course, earlier Elk River got a goal with 10 seconds remaining in the second to grab a 2-1 lead, and now with 20 seconds remaining in the game, get a goal to go up 3-2.
Look at how hard they continue to work, and I'll tell you, Murray was there, but the beautiful setup by Nate Horn. Nate Horn scored the goal with just about 7 seconds left in the second period. This time, Nate Horn sets up line mate that time, Murray. That's Murray's second goal of the season.
And the goaltender couldn't do a thing. Just like that second goal at the end of period number 2 for Elk River, this third goal for the Elks. No fault of the goaltender, and it shows that against a team like Elk River, you can't have a lapse because they're going to take advantage. And Andover's played a beautiful game tonight, but a couple of lapses at the end of the second, at the end of the third, looks like it might cost them tonight.
Well, there's a reason why Nate Horn has just picked up his team-leading 20th assist of the season. They continued to buzz and create that opportunity. Andover, as you said, had been playing masterfully throughout the game, but it's just a gap. 7 seconds left in that second period, and meanwhile, 20 seconds left in this game, and Murray puts it away. Meanwhile, what's coming up for Andover is they take on St. Francis
Tuesday night
and host your guys, Anoka, your hometown team.
Yeah,
and then
my alma mater.
And they have Blaine, also by Totino Grace, and then they travel to Osseo. So not an easy schedule for the Huskies, but this play could really trigger. You could really see the level that they're playing here is something that they can repeat consistently through the end of the year and in the sectionals.
No doubt. It's been a really good team effort, and Mark Manning wanted to win. All these players wanted to win, but doesn't look like they're going to get it, but they played a great game against the 8th-ranked team in the state.
Ladine strong on the faceoff, and the Huskies have pulled Johnson, so they have the extra attacker. 12 seconds left. Huskies given a charge. Let's see what they can do as they try to tangle up and back. Sears trying to body up and loosen that puck. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left, and finally a whistle. Ladine took the draw for the Huskies, and Ladine very strong on those faceoffs. And meanwhile, with pulling for the extra attacker Johnson.
Yeah, they've still got an opportunity with 3.2 to go in the game. Win the draw, quick blast. We're tied at 3, but they need to win the draw, period.
Faceoff will come just to the right of the Elk River goaltender. Huskies going to try to get a shot. Dahl takes the shot, hits traffic, and it is a 3-2 win for Elk River over Andover. A tough loss for the Huskies, who played stride for stride, shift for shift, pass for pass with Elk River. And it came down to 20 seconds left in this game when Nate Horn found line mate Murray for the game winner.
Yeah, it's extraordinary, and you really feel for Andover, giving up goals late in the second and late in the third, and it turned out to be the difference in this hockey game. 32-19 on shots tonight, but you know, as I said, as the third period wound down, it really was a superior effort. This was a team that had a couple of guys out of the lineup tonight due to injury and the flu. They had dropped their first 7 games in the conference. They had lost 8 in a row. There were a lot of reasons for this team to say, we got no shot tonight. But the way they played this game from start to finish, they were in it all the way. They gave Elk River all they wanted tonight here in Andover.
They would beat a lot of other teams tonight. Had they not been playing the number 8 team in the state. But the Huskies really set the blueprint, I think, for the rest of the season. There's one, first goal of the game. That's one they'd love to have back off the pads of Johnson to open up 1-0. Meanwhile, the Huskies counter Milwaukee there. Off the inside pipe, put it away. The assist that time by Deshane. Good hustle. And the Huskies tie it up 1-1, Steve.
Yeah, you know, and that showed that they could play. That goal to tie it up was huge, and I think that gave them a lot of confidence.
NHL physicality out there. Sears and Horn. Continued play. You can see the pressure that Elk River was getting on, and there's Sears again throwing that big body around the big diesel. Turned away again. There you see a beautiful glove save, swatted away by Blake Johnson. You saw a lot of that tonight. And there was a goal with 7 seconds left. Nate Horn, top shelf, put it with the peanut butter, gave Elk River a 2-1 lead.
Yeah,
nice setup.
And that's one where Blake had no shot. I mean, that was tough. And then Andover came out great in the third period, got a goal to tie it up early.
A tape-to-tape one, and there was the killer. That's the backbreaker. With 20 seconds left, a beautiful setup as the always feisty Nate Horn assisted his 20th goal of the season, team leading, to get the game winner over to Murray. Meanwhile, what's coming up for Elk River? Looks pretty easy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They only have Maple Grove next, then Centennial.
Yeah, matinee in Elk River, and then, of course, at Centennial, one of the top teams in the Northwest Suburban, and then a trip to Duluth to take on the Hounds. Never easy, so the Elks' next 3 are very tough indeed, and we talked about that Andover schedule early. But the good news for Andover, they have something to build on tonight, and they have a lot of home cooking coming up at the Andover Community Center.
Well, there you get a look. The number 8 team in the state. That says it all. 4-2-1 in the Northwest Suburban Conference. They've lost to Blaine twice. They play Centennial. It is such a tough conference in the Northwest Suburban North, and Elk River now moves up that notch. Again, their last game they lost to Blaine, a tough one, but the number 8 team in the state moves their mark up one more notch on that win belt. Meanwhile, for Andover, unfortunately, they moved to 0-8, but they have set the mark in the blueprint on how they can execute the rest of the play of the season.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about it. You talked to Mark Manning before the game, and he laid out the blueprint, and they followed it. It's one of those things where you love to hear a coach especially with a team that's struggling. Here's what we need to do, and these guys go out and execute that. That's what was so fun about this game tonight. Andover has had a struggle this year. They've won 4 hockey games, but once again, when they play a team like Elk River this tough, that's a lot to build on, not only for the remainder of this season, but the section playoffs and next year.
The last 3 goals really were set up quicker than a hiccup, Steve. The quick setup passes, one-timers away. There was a goal by Owen Jensen with the Huskies. And then meanwhile, the last 2 goals, in fact, the last one with 20 seconds left, beautiful setup by Hustle, and really just good pressure. Good play by both teams all night. Unfortunately, the backbreaker came for the Huskies with 20 seconds left, and Elk River wins 3-2.
And that's the mark of a very good hockey team, a team that doesn't give up, that plays all the way to the end of the period. As we talked about earlier, you hate to give up goals in the final minute of a period. That happened to Andover twice tonight, and that's because Gordy Roberts and the Elk River Elks play all the way to the horn, and it paid dividends tonight, and they escape Andover with a victory 3-2. And I'm sure Gordy Roberts is going to tell his team, maybe we didn't deserve this one tonight, but we got it anyway.
Well, you've had a chance to see National Hockey League level play at a minor league price here tonight on QCTV, and it's been a pleasure being joined by Steve Thompson and the president, bringing you this great broadcast tonight on QCTV. Again, the final, Elk River, the number 8 team in the state, 3, the Andover Huskies. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Steve. Joe Rillen. Good night, everyone.